Table tennis, also called ping pong, is a game played on a flat table divided into two equal halves using a net. The objective is to hit the ball so that it goes over the net and bounces on the opponent's half of the table in such a way that the opponent cannot reach it or return it correctly. The lightweight hollow ball is hit back and forth across the net by paddles held by the players. The game is popular all over the world. In most countries, it is a very highly organized as a competitive sport, especially in Europe and Asia, particularly in China and Japan. Now let's rewind.
Ping pong was created in England during the early 20th century by upper-class Victorians. When the sport was first invented, it was called whiff-whack because of the sound the ball makes as it bounces. The name ping pong was a trademark name for table tennis dubbed by J. Jock and his son. The name table tennis was adopted in 1921 when the Ping Pong Association formed in 1902 was revived. The association broke up in 1905, but the game is still continuing to be played in other parts of England and in many other countries. The first World Championships were held in London in 1926 and since then has been dominated by players in European and Asian countries. Table tennis has officially added as an Olympic sport in 1988 by South Korea and was taken out in 2012 by the United Kingdom.
Ten-second trivia. How many points is a normal table tennis game played to? A. 9, B. 14, C. 21, D. 11. A normal table tennis game is played to D. 11 points, unless there is a tie.
The main aim of the game is to hit the ping pong ball over the net to your opponent's side. This continues until your opponent fails to hit the ball to your side of the table, hits the net, or hits the ball before it bounces on their side of the table. There are a few components that make up the rules of table tennis. One important component is the scoring system. The game is played up until 11 points, but there must be a score gap of 2 points between the winner and their opponent at the end of the game. For example, if the two players were both tied at 10 points each, the game continues until someone has won with a 2-point lead. Another component is the serving system. In a serve, the ball needs to get over the net to the opponent's side. If the ball clips the net and goes over, it is called a let. If a let happens, the serve is retaken. If the serve is unable to go over and hits the net, the point goes to your opponent. Before the opponent can return the serve, he or she must allow the ball to hit their side of the table. There are serving singles and serving doubles. In a single serve, a player takes 2 serves before the ball switches to the opponent to serve. Serves can be diagonal or in a straight line in singles. When serving doubles, it must be diagonal from the right half court to the opponent's right half court. A doubles pair must strike the ball alternately.
Newton's 3 laws of motion of ping pong. Law 1. An object in motion will stay in motion, which is the same as an object at rest will stay at rest until acted upon an unbalanced force. In serving, the ball is not moving until you throw it up to hit it, which applies an unbalanced force to the ball. The ball has a balanced force in your hand. When the ball is thrown up in the air, inertia keeps it moving through the air while gravity brings it down. As soon as the ball hits the table, friction begins to slow down the ball until it completely stops moving. Law 2. When force acts on mass acceleration are produced, the greater the mass, the greater the amount of force that is needed. The hollowness of a ping pong ball has very little mass, which allows the ball to accelerate extremely fast. The rest is up to the player to determine how accurate the shot is and how difficult it is to return it. Law 3. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. When you hit the ball, it bounces on the table. The height and direction of the bounce are affected by the action force of you hitting the ball. The ping pong ball bouncing on the table is the opposite reaction of you hitting the ball.
Okay, it's recorded.
Me?
It's recording.
Sip your tea, then put it out.
Steven. Do you want?
Wait, when we were playing earlier, is that in the video?
No, only the net. This sounds it.
No, I mean when we were playing all together.
Yeah.
Oh, Anarchy!
Yes, Bye.